Welcome to training for RFPs on EVED. RFPs will now be driven from a program level, more closely mirroring your business and allowing executives to be able to view RFP activity at a glance. We'll navigate into the new Programs tab, and you'll see by default we'll be brought here to Programs. Now, once I create an overall program in EVED, I'll then be able to link multiple RFPs to that same program. So therefore, if I have multiple different kinds of requests for proposals I need to send related to one larger program for a client, I can send those out very easily underneath the same umbrella in EVED. So I can send out a transportation RFP to transportation suppliers, as well as perhaps a second RFP for decor to my DMCs that I know are excellent at decor. We'll begin this process by going into Create a Program and entering in our program information. As elsewhere in EVED, anything marked with an asterisk is required information. So we will enter in our program name. Program ID and reference ID are available for you for any internal tracking purposes. Those are not required fields, but if you do need any internal ID numbers to be tracked related to this program, you can enter those there. Additionally, there is a space to enter your program description. As with all of the information on the program page, this is strictly for internal use only, so feel free to provide any details you would like for your fellow users to be able to see about this program. Additionally, we'll move down and add program start and end dates here. There's three options to select a date in EVED. First, it will default to the select date option. You'll be able to choose a specific date from the calendar option and add those there. Additionally, you can see there is a TBD option for any time that you perhaps don't know or aren't ready to commit to a specific date. And there is an other option as well. Now with this other option, we give you an open field where you could type in anything you wanted for date. So perhaps if you know that this event is going to be next summer, but you don't know quite the date yet, you could say summer 2014 and leave that there for viewing purposes. Additionally, here you can input your program budget that allows you to track your estimated budgets for these programs. And the location here is an open field as well. So you could put in, if you aren't sure your exact location, the various different locations you think might end up being an option. So let's say this could be in San Diego or Las Vegas. And when everything is entered, we'll click Save Program, and that's now going to take us to the program details page where everything is entered. If at any time I need to make any changes to information I've inputted, I can click Edit Program, and you can see all of these fields are freely editable. Click Save to close that up again. Once you have created your program, you can now create an RFP related to that program. You can see now I'm in the RFP tab and I'm in the Create RFP screen. By default, the program that I started in will be selected here, but any other programs that are set up will be available in this drop-down menu as well. Also, you'd have the ability to create a new program from scratch via this button, although no changes on this screen previously entered would be saved. And first, we'll give our RFP a title. Same thing, we can enter in a description, and this will go out to our suppliers. And you can be as lengthy or as short as you would like. It's really an open field, that's up to you. You can see the location is optional. So if maybe for transportation I just wanted to say that we're looking into San Diego locations, I could put that in there and skip the Las Vegas location that I put in that initial program. By default, the start date and end date that I set for the program will be available here, but maybe let's say I don't want my supplier to know what date it is yet. I can select TBD. Additionally, if you're having a program that's on multiple days, but only one date will apply to this RFP, you'd be able to select a different start and end date for the RFP than the overall program. Now we'll get into some new fields that add quite a bit of new functionality here in EVED. The first is the response due by date. So that allows you to set parameters for your suppliers to respond to you with a proposal per your request, and it will allow over time you to monitor which suppliers are getting back to you in a timely manner. So let's say this is due at the end of the month, and there's also this decision by field, meaning the estimated date that you think your company will decide who will be awarded this program. So let's say we're going to do that by the end of August. There's a budget field here as well, so you can put in the budget for this portion of the program. Let's say it's 45. And choose whether or not you want to display that to the supplier. So you would be able to also make this budget field only available for internal use only. In this demo environment, we'll go ahead and display it to our supplier. You can see here you can attach any documents you'd like to send out to your suppliers here. You can add up to 5 documents there. And now let's get into the supplier search. So you'll be able to select suppliers from your network, and if your admin has turned on this ability, you can add suppliers from outside of your network. But let's click select and look at this new search functionality here. By default, I'm going to be able to view all of my suppliers here in this list. And I have search options up here. There's a top level search, and this box searches all fields in the supplier section. Additionally, you can search by keyword, supplier type, city, rating, or state. Additionally, if you have any custom or default filters set up in your account, those would be populated here as well. So let's say I want to search by state, and I want to search for California suppliers. Click search. You can see now I've limited my search to what I just run. So I'm going to select the suppliers I'm interested in sending an RFP to, and you can see they're now populating here in the right side of the screen. These arrow buttons allow me to expand what we call their supplier snapshot, which gives you a quick overall view of their ratings, where their business is located, and who your contact at that office is. I can choose to collapse and expand as many as I would like. Additionally, I can click or unclick additional options here, and if I wanted to remove any supplier, I'd simply click the X next to their name. Once I feel like I've gotten the suppliers ready that I want to send this RFP to, I'll click select suppliers, and you can see they're going to populate into this screen here. I'm going to review my information, make sure required fields are filled out and everything looks good to send out to my suppliers, and then I will click the send RFP button at the bottom of the screen. Now that's going to automatically send an email out to my representative at that supplier company, and they're going to get an email notification from Evid letting them know that they've received an RFP. Now you can see I'm taken to the overall RFP screen where I can see all the details for this RFP. By clicking this plus button here, I can see any replies and responses that have gone back and forth to my clients. And let's talk about some of the available action buttons here. You can see with the print icon, you can print any replies or responses that were sent back and forth. This cartoon box, text box icon, if I click on that, that's going to be my send RFP reply. So if I wanted to send an additional reply to my supplier, type that text in there. I can add up to 5 additional documents. Click add note, and you can see that's going to now populate here. Additionally, by clicking this resend icon, I can send that RFP email notification back to my supplier again. So if they say, oh, I didn't quite get your email, or could you send that to me again? I can't find it in my inbox. In one click, you can send it right back to them. Additionally, I want to talk about RFP activity status here, and these automatically update in our system based on activity that has gone on between you and your supplier. So the first one of this is sent, meaning that you have sent the RFP to your supplier. Then you also have the option to see viewed, meaning that your supplier has viewed the RFP in their account. And when they send you a response through Evid, that status will change to responded. And then the 3 other statuses are awarded, declined, or canceled. So let's talk about the award and decline options. The green button, the award icon here will turn green once you have awarded the business to someone. So let's click and look at the award business email that goes out. You'll see by default my contact and supplier company information is put in here. I can CC or BCC anyone I would like. That will only show them the email notification. It won't actually give them access to the RFP, but it is available if you need to show someone that this RFP notification of awarding business has gone out. The subject is our default subject, and then now there's a space to add any custom message you would like to your supplier, and then our standard Evid response will display below. When I click award and send, that email is automatically going to go out of our system. You'll see I got that confirmation screen, and now the icon is green here, and you can see my status has updated to awarded. We do allow you to award business to more than one supplier. So if, say, suppliers are actually going to end up splitting the business that you originally sent the RFP out, you do have that ability. But then you'll want to go in and also decline the business to those suppliers that were not selected. So you'll do that by clicking the decline button. You can see the email layout is very similar to the award business one. You have the ability to CC and BCC anyone, add your custom message here. Standard messaging and subject is included from Evan, and you'll simply click decline and send to send that email notification to them. You can see now their information has been grayed out and their activity status has gone to declined. Now, if at any point I had wanted to add some additional suppliers, I could always do that by clicking Add Supplier. It's going to take me to that same Add Supplier screen we looked at before, and we can go into that search once again. So you do have the option to send it to additional suppliers if maybe the first proposals you got weren't quite what you were looking for, or you forgot to send it to a supplier. You do have that option. And additionally, you can cancel the RFP in the event that maybe your program or this aspect of the program was canceled, and that will automatically send an email notification out to your suppliers as well. Okay. So now I want to kind of quickly go over the search functionality. You can see I can search by status, program name, program ID, start date, location, or program owner. Additionally, under here, I can filter more and more as I continue to select these flyout filter options. To clear my search, I can just delete any searches I've applied before. Search overall through all fields at the top. And if I ever wanted to export or print a search, you use this export functionality and this print functionality. Additionally, you can save any searches by clicking in a title, clicking add, and you can see now that is a search option that I can always pull up at any time. RFPs has similar search options but different fields that you can search through. So if I wanted to search by status and see who has viewed my RFPs, I can apply that filter, view here, and click the edit button to go into that RFP that has been sent out. Okay. Additionally, there are a few other ways to search for suppliers in your network and send RFPs that way. So I wanted to go into my network and view the profile of one of my suppliers that I specifically know I want to send an RFP to. I'd simply use the Create RFP action button, and you can see that's going to take me right into the Create RFP screen. And I can select any of my existing programs from here to send them an RFP to, fill out my fields, send at the bottom, and you can see the supplier information is automatically populated here, and I can even add additional suppliers if I would like to. You can also send an RFP to more than one of your suppliers from the main screen. So by checking more than one locations box, you can see the Create RFP button has now been enacted. I'll click Create RFP, and that is going to take me again right into the Create RFP screen where I can select from existing programs or choose to create a new program, and all of the suppliers have automatically been populated. So we do still allow you, as we always have in EVED, to use your private network or the public directory to initially do a search for suppliers and send RFPs that way. Just remember, you'll want to have built that program before you go in and are searching for those RFPs. That really is a quick overview of the new RFP functionality, and we thank you for taking the time to listen to this video. Have a great day.